cost of goods sold is here, B11, divided by, click on balance sheet, and you have inventory under current assets, B10. Okay, income statement B11 divided by balance sheet B10. And this is your number. 2.91. It's in dollars, yes. Okay. So how do you interpret this? For JCPenney, okay, so $1 invested in inventory results in how much sales for JCPenney? 2.91, 2.92. When they invest $1 in inventory, they're able to produce sales worth $2.92. Okay? This is how efficient they are. What about the industry? The industry, when a typical firm, Macy's or Dillard's, when they invest $1 in their inventory, they produce sales worth $3.35. So who is more efficient? Who is more efficient? JCPenney is more efficient, you think? No, the industry is more efficient. Okay, their peers are more efficient than JCPenney. So let's say if this is below, it's more than 10% below in just a moment. So let's copy this here. So let's see how this number has been behaving over time. So more or less stable, you know. So 2.96, so not much difference. There is a little bit of difference. It has declined a little bit, but not much difference. Now, I'm gonna copy these down, and once again, it's gonna produce those meaningless values because there are no data in those rows. So JCPenney is 12% worse than the industry average with regard to the management of inventory. 12% worse. And over time, you know, they haven't budged much, you know, more or less the same over time. Okay, so you see a problem with JCPenney. Even though, as I said, the industry as a whole is declining, JCPenney is doing worse than the industry, you know, based on some of these measures. So they are doing worse than the industry. As far as inventory management is concerned, less efficient. Any questions? All right. Moving on to the next one, days sale in receivables. Now we are talking about a different asset. So we are looking at different assets. Say, are they managing their inventory well? Here, what asset are we talking about? This is called accounts receivable. You sell on credit, okay? It's an asset. It goes under current assets. So we want to know if JCPenney is using this asset sufficiently or not. So what's the ratio here? How do we measure, you know, this efficiency? So this is gonna be accounts receivable in the numerator. Accounts receivable. So the idea is you give credit to customers. Hey, okay, we'll sell you today. You pay us after 30 days. Okay, good, no problem. You know, most U.S. firms, they sell on credit. But the idea is when you sell on 30-day terms, do people actually pay you at the end of 30 days? Okay. Do they take 40 days? Not good. Do they take 50 days? Hey, the contract was they were gonna pay you in 30 days. If they are not paying you, you know, and if they are paying you late, not paying you or paying you late, it means you are not managing, you know, this asset accurately or correctly. Okay? It means you are giving credit to untrustworthy people. You see what I'm saying here? Okay. So the answer is gonna be in days. So the formula is accounts receivable divided by sales, 1 day sale. The denominator is 1 day sale. So we take the annual sales number and divide by 365. Okay, let me explain it to you. using some hypothetical numbers so that you develop a better understanding of this ratio. Let's assume sales is a simple number, $365. Annual sales equals 365. You can say 365,000 or whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this divided by 365, so this will become 365 over 365, hypothetical numbers. So your 1 day sale, so the denominator is 1 day sale. So your 1 day sale is $1. This is you all understand what I'm doing here? Your 1 day sale is $1. On a typical day, you sell goods worth $1, hypothetically speaking. Okay? And your accounts receivable balance is $40. So, how would you interpret this? Anyone? For every $1 in sales, your one day sale is $1, then what happens? You have $40 in your accounts receivable. In other words, what are we saying here? What we are saying is that people are taking 40 days to pay. The answer is in days. Why days? So the answer is in days. Why? Because this is 1 day sale. 1 day sale is $1. Divided into your accounts receivable balance tells you how many days customers are taking to pay you. Does it make sense? Okay? So what we are saying is on a given day you have 40 days sale sitting in your receivables. 40 days on a given day. So what it says is, hey, if you sell an item today for $1, it goes to your receivable, stays there for 40 days, then when people pay you, it comes off. So people are taking 40 days. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you get credit from JCPenney? I mean, they have their store card. That's what we are talking about. Store card, right? I don't know how many of you have a JCPenney card, you know. Okay, so their store card. So you charge it to your card, okay, and then you pay after, you know, when you receive the statement for next month, they give you some time. So this account, I don't think JCPenney sells to wholesalers, you know. It's a retail store. So this account captures the impact of, and the impact may not be much. I don't know how many people have a JCPenney credit card, store card. So let's calculate this number here. Okay, so the industry average is 6.44 days. So we have equal sign. So we'll click on balance sheet. And we'll look for accounts receivable under current assets. They have none. You see that? Am I missing something? Mm-hmm. So they have none. So this ratio will be 0. So that's what I was telling you, that they probably have very minimal, close to 0. But let's go ahead and complete this. So divided by, so this is going to turn out to be 0. Divided by open parentheses, click on income statement, and click on their revenue, which is sales, income statement B8, divided by 365. So it tells you that there is a problem because B9 is 0. So there was a dash there, you know, if you replace that dash with 0, you'll get 0 for the answer. The numerator is going to be 0. So balance sheet B9 divided by income statement B8 over 365. Okay, so this is going to be 0 days. Let me go back and fix it. If you want to see a value, I'm going back to the to the balance sheet, and instead of, you know, you have these dashes here, I'm going to replace these dashes with zeros. And now I can go back and I can show you, so this gives me a 0. So I'm going to copy this to the next. So 0 days. So it's not significant, as I told you before. So they are not. So what it tells you is that it's not meaningful.
It was divided by what? It was B9 divided by B8.
Income statement, you have to,
Yeah.
income statement B8 over 365.
Okay.
Make sure you have parentheses around the denominator. Okay, moving on, the last ratio, and there are more ratios in your text than I'm covering, so, hopefully you'll go. I want to develop in you some appreciation for what we are doing, so